Hey everybody, welcome back. If you're new, my name is Chris. Today's video is about new or newish releases. Some of these have been out for a couple months, but I finally got my hands on them and I am ready to talk about them since I've worn them all at least 3 times. Now, make sure you stick around to the end because I have a nice little goodie for everybody. But these are fragrances that I have been anticipating, that a lot of people have been kind of going cuckoo over. And most of them, the vast majority of them, are Gourmand fragrances, right up my alley. So with that, let's just get started. Let me tell you, this past year, 2023, has been the year that I've done really, really well on not blind buying too many things, which has been a good thing because every single one of my blind buys, with the exception of one, was a failure. So I'm so grateful to all the companies that sell these fragrances in sample sizes. The one I have been going to that I've been loving is Scent Split. So the first two come from Scent Split. I think this is the 5 ml size. I love it. The 1 ml size I can't stand. I hate those little dabbers. I just don't like it. And 2 ml is almost not enough for me to get an idea. I mean, I only can wear something a couple times. So the first one is Le Gourmand, and it is by Jousset. And to be honest, I didn't even check the notes. I saw they came out with a new perfume and I bought it. I thought it was going to be another vanilla fragrance, and I remember smelling it and going, oh my gosh, chocolate. This has such a delicious, photorealistic, nutty chocolate opening. It's like chocolate sauce and nuts, or Nutella. Very, very photorealistic. In fact, my mouth is about to water. It's got tons of gourmand notes, but right off the top of my head, I remember thinking it reminds me of 2 fragrances. One I used to have, I don't have anymore, and one I still have, and I want to say it's Choco Noisette by Kais. That one has been out of my collection for about a year, but that one was basically a Nutella fragrance. It was very, very sweet, very gourmand. And the other one is Chocolate Greedy. This one falls in between the two of them. Chocolate Greedy is very powdery. It's kind of like powdered Cocoa Puffs. Chocolate Cocoa Puffs, very delicious. I have not worn that in about a year, but I'm not ready to get rid of it. There's something about chocolate. I love chocolate, and the idea of wearing a chocolate perfume I like. I did not like the fruity chocolates that came out, like an apricot chocolate. It kind of turned my stomach a little bit. So the straight up chocolates are a little bit better, but I just tend to always want to wear something that's vanilla, vanilla incensey, vanilla woody, vanilla floral. I just don't pull for anything chocolate. But if you are a chocolate lover, the opening in this is delicious. However, I really wish it stayed that way in the dry down. It is a powdery, chocolatey cereal with, it's a very powdery and dusty perfume. So it's like powdery chocolate cereal and powdery nuts or a Nutella swirled in there. But it just gets, for whatever reason on me, the dry down got a little bit sour. Sour and maybe like salty. Maybe it has ambergris in there. But yeah, it just turned a lot on my skin. It wasn't the delicious opening it didn't stay true to the opening, which anyways, I'm not even sure I would have adored anyway, because I'm just not really into chocolate fragrances. But if you are into chocolate fragrances, this might be one to look into, although I would say for the price, there are other better alternatives, because this one has bad lasting power anyways. I mean, Chocolate Greedy, you can get that on the gray market, and Choco Noisette by Kais. Very good, affordable gourmand house. They sell those now at Lucky Scent. So this is not going to be a full bottle. The next one, oh my Lord, another one with a good or a fantastic opening, and it is called Happy Dust, another one that I got a 5 ml bottle. I get the 5 ml when I think there's a good chance I might like it. Oh, so this is a delicious, fruity, powdery vanilla fragrance. I love the opening, and it has a note of matcha. Matcha does not always go well. Sometimes it can be bitter and earthy. I just think it gives it a nice warmth, like a powdery warmth to this fragrance. Again, here goes my mouth watering. Boy, this is going to be a long video. I need to get some hydration since almost all of these are gourmands. So this reminds me, or this smells like a mango milkshake with a sweet matcha. This might have some spices, like some baking spices in it. It's a little bit spicy, and it reminded me of Hufflepuff, which I love and have. That one has coconut and it has some florals in the background. So even though the florals aren't prominent in Hufflepuff, they're there. I don't think this one has any florals. I love Hufflepuff. That was one of my favorite perfumes of last year. And this one was delicious. However, this one does not last past an hour. So this basically dies within 1 to 2 hours, even though it is absolutely a delicious, powdery, fruity, slightly earthy, warm vanilla. So even though I love the fragrance, I'm not going to get a full bottle because I already have Hufflepuff that I love. And this one has terrible lasting power. So definitely make sure you try it, sample it. If you don't have Hufflepuff and you don't mind something has a very fleeting performance, you might like this one. Okay, the next one is by the House of Sillage. I'm telling you, the House of Sillage, I mean, their bottles have always been spectacular. And I'm one of those people, I do kind of care about the bottle. I mean, if the fragrance is amazing and it's in a crappy bottle, I'll still get the fragrance. But I'm telling you, a nice packaging does not hurt. So they are coming out with these amazing releases. I'm really dying to get my hands on the new Looney Tune releases. Oh my gosh, those bottles are absolutely precious, and I'm doing everything within my power not to blind buy those without trying them. We'll see how I do. The next one, if you're not really into that cute, whimsical, cartoony, delicate, fruity, floral fragrance, this one might be the one for you. This is very unisex, and this is for all my rose patchouli lovers that like to channel a dark, vampy vibe. This is Wednesday. Get a load of that bottle. It's very, very cool. So it has abalone on one side and mother of pearl on the other with the little Wednesday hand. This is really, really, it's very, very cool. So definitely a unisex fragrance, and it actually is a little bit more elegant than the bottle reads. So it does, and I think that's because of the rose. So it's an unmistakable rose, but the rose in here is very dewy. This has a very dewy, fresh rose. I mean, I can like smell the dew on this one. So it almost has, and it's a little bit spicy. So this rose is spicy. So it kind of reminds me of a geranium. A geranium is a green rose with spices. So it's in between this dewy rose and a geranium. It's spicy, but there's definitely patchouli. There's definitely woods in here. I want to say saffron. It just has that saffron, spicy, slightly leathery touch. And it's definitely very peppery. So in addition to saffron, I think what I'm smelling, it absolutely has pepper, whether that's black pepper or pink pepper. It's quite prominent in the opening. So you really need to love patchouli, rose, pepper, saffron, and a little bit of earthiness. The patchouli in here is earthy, and it's heading into that chocolatey patchouli, but it doesn't quite get there. And there's something sweet in the dry down, whether there's vanilla or amber. I'm getting more of an ambery sweetness in the dry down. So it's sweet, and it takes away some of that earthiness, some of that greenness, but still keeps it firmly within the unisex zone and quite attractive in my opinion. So if you are a rose patchouli lover, this one might be right up your alley, and I do love the bottle. Okay, so my next 5 perfumes are from Navitus or Vivamor, their newest Gourmand, or their new-ish Gourmand releases that I have been dying to get my hands on. I'm going to start with the first one, Lost in a Dream. This one was done in collaboration with Paulina Shar, and the way that this perfume smells is, it just kind of looks like the bottle. It is a creamy, milky, marshmallowy fragrance. It has a little bit of fig. I don't get a ton of fig, although one person over on Instagram messaged me and said all they got was fig. It just does not come out on me very much. It has a lot of musk, and it actually has a, I want to say a croissant accord that I get in the dry down. So to me, this smells like a beverage, like a frothy, almondy very marshmallow heavy drink that you dip in a croissant. Again, that slightly buttery bread note comes out as this is drying down, and it has a little bit of woodiness. I'm not sure of the wood that's in here, but I do get that in the dry down that comes out with the bread. So it does remind me a lot of commodity milk. I have the espresso version. They are different in that milk is a little bit more sweet on me. Milk to me can be a little bit sweet. I mean, I have to be in the mood for milk, and I can only wear it in the cold. This one is a lighter version. So it's actually, I would never wear milk to work. I've actually worn this one to work because it has a musky softness and it's not as loud and in your face. So if you're looking for a more demure, softer, lighter, ethereal version of that scent profile, this is great, and I can get at least a half a day. The next one I was very excited to get because it has the nuts, guess, vanilla, suede, and incense. Of course, I'm thinking baby cat, like I need another fragrance that smells like baby cat. I did a video on good alternatives to baby cat, and if I had this in my hands at the time, this would have definitely made that list, because for those of you who love baby cat, but you don't like as much, but you're looking for something with a little bit more leather, a little bit more unisex, less sweet, more boozy version, this is it right here. So it does have the baby cat vibe, but it's definitely more boozy. So baby cat has no booze. This has cognac, rum, something. It's more boozy. I get no pepper, none of that pepperiness that I really get in Eau de Audacity. It's not as smoky. This has no smokiness. It's drier. The leather is dry, more of a suede. There's no animal funk. So I definitely think this is a good alternative if you like that category, but you're looking for something less vanillic, less peppery, less spicy, more boozy, drier, more unisex. This is a great alternative. And from what I got, it's about like maybe 4 to 6 hours of longevity. So, oh my gosh, did I not say it's called Vanilla Vice? Okay, so the next one is a chocolate-based fragrance. And again, I told you chocolate hasn't been my favorite perfume category to wear, so I wasn't sure about this one. But this one is actually a less gourmandy chocolate. So this is a chocolate perfume called Choco Exclusive that I could definitely wear, and it's for people who don't want to smell too chocolatey or too literal. So it is a very good chocolate because I get some good balancing notes. So I get the chocolate, but I also get some sort of citrus note. Like it's almost like a chocolate coffee. I definitely get coffee, like a coffee. I definitely get some earthiness. It's got coffee in here, so it smells more like the coffee grounds, like right before you make coffee. It's rich, it's earthy, and I definitely get some sort of like red or orange citrus, maybe grapefruit or orange, almost like a citrus garnish on the side. So kind of like a coffee drink, a rich, earthy coffee drink with a little bit of citruses. Definitely unisex, definitely for those who don't want something overly gourmandy. This is a big like, or even a love. I would, if I'm feeling chocolatey, this one is probably the one I'm gonna reach for because it's just not, gosh, it's not that nauseating chocolate in your face, and actually has moderate performance. I would put it, I've gotten 4 to 6 hours so far. All right, the next one I was super excited to get my hands on. It's called Caramel Pop. This is for those of you who love or want to smell like caramel popcorn. Oh my gosh, Navitus and Vivamor know how to do gourmands, let me tell you. Holy cow, so this is caramel popcorn, but I'm telling you, I can smell, the popcorn smells buttery. So it's as if you just popped some really buttery popcorn and then drizzled some caramel on top, and then you sprinkled maybe some nuts. So it's buttery, caramel, popcorn, a little bit of nuts. I get the slightest bit of a fruitiness in the dry down. I'm not sure what that is, but like a peachy, apricot-y, very slight fruitiness in the dry down. Holy moly, if you're looking for the best caramel popcorn, here it is. In fact, I actually like this better than What About Pop. Once I got this one, I put What About Pop up on Mercari. I like this one better. That one is a little bit more milky. It has like a milky, it's almost like you took popcorn, like a marshmallow popcorn, and put it in cream. It just has the slightest bit of an artificial note in there. I could not get over it. I still liked it, but it wasn't a love. This one is an utter love. Total gourmand yumminess. I love the way it's done, and fantastic lasting power, deliciousness. The next one I think is my least favorite in the group, although it's and it's well done. It just contains notes that I'm just not into. It's like a peachy patchouli fragrance. It's called Sweet Sin. So if you like that chocolatey, fruity with a little bit of patchouli vibe, which has not been my favorite, I just didn't care for it. If you like that vibe, this one is a good one. To me, this smells like you took dehydrated peaches, you know, from the health food store, and you soaked them in some sort of spirit, brandy, rum, cognac, something. It's got some sort of spirit in here, so it's very boozy. And you added some patchouli, and the type of patchouli I get in here is like a chocolatey patchouli. So you added a little bit of chocolatey patchouli in the mix. As this dries down, I get something like bready, like sweet bread, which is actually nice. I do like that part of the fragrance. I don't know if bread or brioche or something along the lines is in here, but I get that kind of a vibe. And it definitely reminds me of a fragrance I already have by Navitus. It's called XO Brandy. There are a lot of similarities. So I'm not sure if you have one, you need the other. I'll have to see. I'll have to wear them side by side to see which one I like better, because I do really enjoy XO Brandy. But if you like that combination of notes, I think it is very well done. It just isn't my favorite profile and has decent longevity. The 3 times I wore it, I got, you know, at least half the day. Okay, so I talked about a lot of good fragrances in this video, but I think I saved my favorite for last. Oh my gosh, I couldn't wait to get my hands on this one, because it is called Baklava Royale, and baklava is one of my favorite desserts of all time. And let me tell you, Navitus and Gabby from Gabby Loves Perfumes, who did the collaboration, you guys knocked this out of the park. For somebody who loves baklava, I just cannot imagine coming up with a better interpretation. This definitely smells like a better version of baklava. This is for those of you who love nuts like pistachio, almond, honey. This is absolutely phenomenal. See what happens when I get going about a gourmand. I love my camera battery shuts off. I think I was somewhere about to say my mouth was going to water when I sprayed this, but this is a better version of baklava. I don't know how they did it, but this is a more vanillic, less sticky. The honey is not as dark. In baklava, you know, the honey can be dark. So the honey is lighter and it's a little bit softer, and I get the slightest touch, the slightest hint of a floral in the dry down, some sort of light floral. Maybe it's just a dusting of orange blossom. But if you hate florals, don't let that deter you. It's very, very light, and I could be imagining it. Of course, I'm gonna put the notes up, but just something soft, sweet, delicate. So as if it could not get any better. But again, fantastic job. Gosh, do I love this one. This one wears soft enough that I've actually worn it to work. So this is like a sneaky work gourmand. Now, if I went to town, it would be a lot louder, but these gourmands, particularly if I tried to wear them to work, I only spray like 4 times. So I want to experience the yummy deliciousness, but I don't want it to overpower those around me, because not everybody, hard to imagine, appreciates a gourmand, particularly in a work setting. So fabulous job, Gabby and Navitus, for this amazing release. I absolutely love it. And if it could not get any better, the team over at Navitus and Vivamor have given me a discovery set for my followers. Anyone, well, you have to be in the United States, just because I've been shipping a lot of these around lately. Something this big is a little bit hard to ship. So this is for US residents only. All you have to do is be a subscriber and let me know down below. I will reply to your comment, be on the lookout, and I will post on community board. I have 2 winners from my travel sets, my travel sprays from Coastal Carolina. They have not gotten back to me. So make sure you check the comments, my comment, send me your address to my email, and I will get those out. If I don't hear from the 2 of you in about a week, I'll give you another week. I will just pick 2 other people, and I'm just gonna pick them based on people who watch my videos, who are nice and always comment. So thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to put your name down for my subscribers who want to win this. And this Vivamor set contains all of the Vivamors I talked about, plus one called Dubai Reserve that I just didn't talk about today, but I'll talk about in another video. And that's it. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching me. Thanks to all of you who are loyal subscribers who always show up, give me a thumbs up, and leave me really lovely comments down below. It's been fun getting to know you. And with that, I'll see you on the next one.